From the moment we are born, we have to keep fighting. But just how extreme that struggle can get is what today's story is about. A man was driving along the road as usual when suddenly he became trapped under a massive mountain due to an accident. There, he had to survive, waiting for someone to rescue him. He had neither enough food nor any water. How much he had to struggle to stay alive, and whether he managed to get out in the end, we will find out in today's story. So, hello friends, welcome to NuriTube English. At the beginning of the story, we see a man named Lee Jung-soo, who owns a car dealership. On his way home, he stops at a petrol station to refuel and asks the elderly attendant to fill up his car. However, the attendant mistakenly adds far more petrol than needed and, to apologize, gives him 2 bottles of water. On his way home, Lee Jung-soo calls his wife. He was on his way back with a cake for his daughter because it's her birthday, but his daughter wanted a puppy. Upon hearing this, Lee Jung-soo says they can't have a puppy in such a small house. After saying this, he hangs up the phone. A short while later, he reaches a tunnel. As he drives through it, he suddenly hears strange noises, as if someone is trying to break the tunnel apart. He ignores the sounds and keeps moving forward. Little did he know, this moment would change his life forever. Suddenly, the entire tunnel loses power. Lee Jung-soo becomes slightly panicked and looks back to see the tunnel collapsing. Terrified, he tries to speed through and escape, but the same destruction lies ahead. In a horrifying instant, the tunnel completely collapses on top of his car. Turning on his headlights, he sees that his vehicle is trapped under the debris. The car is the only reason he's still alive. Otherwise, he would have been crushed to death. All around him, there is nothing but dust and the ruins of the tunnel. A large fan from the tunnel has fallen and is stuck on his car. He searches for his phone, but there is no signal. After many attempts, he finally finds a small signal in a corner of the car and immediately calls the emergency number, explaining his situation. However, the people on the other end do not take him seriously. They speak casually, as if nothing is wrong. When the rescue team arrives at the tunnel, they are stunned by the scene. This is no ordinary accident. The entire tunnel has collapsed under the mountain, making it nearly impossible to rescue anyone. Meanwhile, news channels broadcast the story. The tunnel had only been operational for less than a month, and yet such a massive disaster occurred. Fortunately, the tunnel wasn't heavily used, but at least one person was trapped underneath, Lee Jung-soo. His wife sees the news and realizes that the trapped person is none other than her husband. She panics. Meanwhile, Lee Jung-soo is trapped, terrified, and unsure of what to do. News channels keep trying to reach him. A reporter calls and speaks to him on live broadcast, asking if he has enough food and water. Lee Jung-soo is shocked to hear this. The rescue officer, Daekum, approaches the reporter and ends the call. He explains that if Lee Jung-soo's phone battery dies and he cannot communicate, it could cause panic or even a heart attack, which would be fatal. The reporter is then removed from the situation. Meanwhile, Lee Jung-soo, terrified by the reporter's words, calls the rescue team himself, shouting angrily about why it's taking so long to save him. Seeing his panic, Daekum first tells him to calm down and assures him that the rescue team will save him. But before that, they need answers. Daekum asks how far Lee Jung-soo went into the tunnel. He replies that he is roughly in the middle, with a fan fallen on top of his car. Daekum marks the approximate location on the tunnel map and asks about his phone battery, to which Lee Jung-soo replies 75%. Daekum explains that the rescue mission will take a long time. They will call him at noon, and until then, he must keep his phone off to save battery. He must ration the water he has to last at least 7 days. Since he also has the cake, they advise him to eat it first, or it will go bad. After giving these instructions, Daekum ends the call. From this, it becomes clear that Lee Jung-soo's fight for survival will last for many days. The situation is so dire that the thought of enduring 7 days without being able to move even a moment makes him feel completely helpless. The rescue team begins their mission, and Lee Jung-soo's wife calls him again. Thinking about the situation, she cries uncontrollably. But Lee Jung-soo tells her to calm down. He reassures her that he is completely fine and reminds her that the rescue team has already promised to get him out within 7 days. Then he talks to his daughter, who asks for the birthday cake she had wanted. Overwhelmed, Lee Jung-soo is unable to answer. His wife then tells him that she will leave their daughter at her mother's house and come to the tunnel. After the conversation, Lee Jung-soo turns off his car lights and falls asleep. Meanwhile, the rescue team captain is shown explaining their plan in front of all the ministers and government officials. The tunnel where Lee Jung-soo is trapped is adjacent to a new tunnel under construction. To build the new tunnel, workers blast through the mountain to create a passage. If blasting continues next to Lee Jung-soo's location, his life could be in grave danger. Therefore, the government decides to halt work on the new tunnel. The next morning, Daekum leads his team and sends a drone into the tunnel. All the media channels follow suit, sending their drones as well. However, none of the drones can go far because the collapsed tunnel is filled with dust, debris, and iron, which causes all signals to be lost. With no other option, Daekum personally goes into the tunnel in a vehicle with an officer. This shows just how personally invested Daekum is in saving Lee Jung-soo. Soon, they reach the rubble of the tunnel. Daekum steps out to survey the area when the officer honks a horn to signal him. Lee Jung-soo hears the horn and calls, asking if they are nearby. The horn is sounded again, confirming that they are close, but suddenly, the tunnel begins to collapse again. Daekum instructs Lee Jung-soo to take shelter under the car. Struggling, they somehow manage to drive out of the tunnel, which collapses once more behind them. Outside, Daekum calls Lee Jung-soo to check if he is okay. At the same time, Lee Jung-soo's wife arrives, running toward the site upon seeing the tunnel's condition. Meanwhile, Lee Jung-soo's situation worsens, but he reassures Daekum that he is okay. He even asks his wife if she has eaten breakfast, showing concern for her despite his dire circumstances. Helicopters and JCBs are brought to the mountain above to dig a tunnel to reach him, and he will be saved from there. Lee Jung-soo asks the ministers for help, but they are busy taking photos one by one. This reaches an extreme when a reporter asks him to smile for a photo, showing just how insensitive people can be even in the most difficult situations. 3 days pass. Lee Jung-soo watches the clock, waiting for the time to take a sip of water. At noon, he carefully takes a small sip to wet his mouth and throat, rationing it so he doesn't die of thirst. He takes a small bite of the cake, saving the rest for later. In his car, he finds 2 flashlights, a t-shirt, and a bottle of phenol. He wears the t-shirt to keep warm. Suddenly he hears a noise. Scared, he shines a flashlight and sees a dog. He is astonished. How did this dog get into the rubble of the tunnel? Then he hears a girl's voice. Lee Jung-soo struggles through the fan debris and finally reaches a car where another girl is trapped. Her name is Mina, and the dog belongs to her. A huge concrete slab is pressing down on her, preventing her from moving. Lee Jung-soo tries desperately but cannot lift it. He asks Mina if she is hurt. She says she is fine, though she has some stomach pain. Mina asks how long they have been trapped. Lee Jung-soo, disoriented by the passage of time, guesses maybe 2 days and some hours have passed. He assures her that the rescue team is working and that they may be freed within a week. Mina says she is very thirsty. Lee Jung-soo goes to fetch some water. Even a small sip is vital for survival, and though it pains him, he gives some to her. Mina even asks that the dog get some water. Though reluctant, Lee Jung-soo provides a little water to the dog as well. Then, Mina tries to call her home, but her phone has been completely destroyed in the accident. So, he calls her from his own phone. Mina talks extensively with her mother, and both of them cry a lot. But Mina reassures her mother not to worry because she has a good person like Lee Jung-soo with her. Even amidst this life and death struggle, Mina has to think about her job. She tells her mother to call her office and inform them that she will rejoin work in a few days so that she isn't fired. Mina then tells Lee Jung-soo that she will take a short nap. He wipes her tears and tells her to sleep, returning to his own car. Seeing a photo of his daughter brings him a little joy. He turns off the lights and falls asleep, but shortly after, some noise wakes him up. When he turns the light back on, he sees that the dog has eaten all of his cake. Enraged, Lee Jung-soo screams and cries because even his last bit of sustenance has been taken by the dog. Hearing his cries, Mina asks what happened. Lee Jung-soo calms himself and says it's nothing, just a bad dream, and tells her to sleep peacefully. Meanwhile, Lee Jung-soo's wife hasn't gone home. She stays at the rescue camp, preparing food for everyone, hoping that the rescue team will save her husband. As time passes, Mina's situation becomes critical. She calls out to Lee Jung-soo, who goes to her car. Mina tells him that the concrete pressing on her is causing pain and asks for more water, having already finished everything he had given her. Though reluctant to share his remaining water, Lee Jung-soo, out of humanity, goes to fetch some from his car. When he returns, Mina is silent, no longer responding as he repeatedly calls her. He tries to move the concrete, only to see that an iron rod has pierced her abdomen. Mina has endured this agony for 3 days, and now she is dead. Lee Jung-soo is shattered, crying as his only companion through this ordeal is gone. Despite his grief, he calms himself and returns to his car to call Daekum, explaining his situation. He has no food or water left. Daekum instructs him to drink from a urine bottle. Lee Jung-soo hesitates and asks if Daekum has ever done it himself. Daekum says he hasn't needed to, but stresses that to survive, Lee Jung-soo must drink it, forgetting all hatred and thinking only of his wife and child. Survival depends on it. Frustrated, Lee Jung-soo asks when they will rescue him. Daekum encourages him, saying they will save him very soon. Meanwhile, drilling work continues precisely at the location Lee Jung-soo indicated. Inside the tunnel, Lee Jung-soo is completely alone, with only the dog as his companion. To keep himself sane, he talks to the dog. One day, he notices some food stuck to the dog's mouth. Out of sheer desperation, he eats the small bits, treating them like a lifeline. Later, he finds a pack of dog food in Mina's car and carefully ration each piece between himself and the dog. Suddenly, the tunnel shifts slightly, creating an empty space, allowing Lee Jung-soo to stand upright for the first time in a long while. He feels immense relief. Meanwhile, Daekum drinks his own urine to demonstrate what Lee Jung-soo must do. He calls Lee Jung-soo, telling him that he too must drink it to survive. After struggling like this for a while, Lee Jung-soo is about to drink his urine. But just then, he suddenly notices something. Moving closer, he sees a drop of water forming on an iron rod. He collects those few precious drops in his bottle. Excited, he calls his wife and happily tells her, "Today I drank water. Please don't worry at all. You eat a full meal today." He also tells her about Daekum drinking urine, and even in this misery, they manage to share a small laugh together. Time passes. After nearly 23 days, the rescue team finds that their drilling has almost reached the tunnel. Everyone is overjoyed because they believe tomorrow they will finally be able to bring Lee Jung-soo out. The next day, Daekum calls Lee Jung-soo and tells him the drill will reach the tunnel today. Jung-soo eagerly looks upward, hoping to see the hole, his only way out, but he sees nothing. Hearing this, Daekum carefully rechecks everything and discovers a mistake in the tunnel's blueprint. Instead of 7, there were actually only 6 areas with a total of 12 fans. Because of this, their calculations were wrong. Daekum informs Jung-soo and tells him it will take more days. This means the entire 23 days of effort was wasted. Hearing this, Jung-soo completely breaks down. He screams, cries, and suffers a panic attack. He calls his wife and says, "I can't breathe. Listen to me carefully. Please take care of yourself and our daughter. Don't ever lose hope. I can't bear this hunger and thirst anymore. Don't worry about me. Let go of your hope for me." His wife pleads, "Please don't say such things. Just stay alive. We will rescue you." But at that very moment, Jung-soo's phone battery dies. His wife faints from the shock, and the rescue team treats her. More time passes, and heavy snowfall begins, halting all work. Daekum tries everything in his power to continue the rescue, but the higher authorities seem to have given up. Jung-soo's condition grows worse. His body wounds are now infected. Still, thinking of his wife and daughter, he holds on to life through unbearable pain. On TV, experts say it is almost impossible to save him. With no communication, no one knows if he is alive or dead. The government also doesn't want to halt construction on the nearby tunnel for the sake of just one man. One day, while working, a rescue officer dies in an accident. Because of this, the government decides to stop the rescue entirely. Daekum strongly opposes this because starting work on the nearby tunnel would mean blasting, and if Jung-soo is still alive, he would surely die. Meanwhile, the mother of the dead officer comes to Jung-soo's wife and blames her, saying her son died only because they were trying to save her husband. She says, "Who knows how many more mothers will lose their children because of your husband? Why don't you accept that your husband is already dead?" These words break Jung-soo's wife. She cannot even look into the eyes of the dead officer's child. At that moment, an official arrives with papers, asking her to sign so that the rescue mission can be stopped, and the nearby tunnel construction resumed. Though she doesn't want to, she signs. The rescue mission is shut down. She cannot even inform Jung-soo of this because his phone battery is dead. With no other way, she goes to a radio station, knowing that Jung-soo listens to his car radio daily. On air, she says, "I don't know if you can hear me, but today, I signed the form to start work on the nearby tunnel. The rescue mission will stop now. From here on, you have to do whatever it takes yourself. Don't wait for them. Escape however you can. We will be waiting for you. And please, please forgive me." On the other side, we see Jung-soo is still alive. Hearing all this, he desperately struggles to escape, acting almost like a madman. Daekum, still unwilling to give up, tries one last time. He lowers a radio frequency device into the tunnel, but because the blasting for the nearby tunnel is about to begin, they hurriedly pull him up. In the rush, the receiver falls and remains in the tunnel. Soon after, a massive blast shakes everything. The tunnel collapses again. Jung-soo fights with all his strength to survive. He runs for his life but eventually rushes back to his car and honks repeatedly for help. Above, Daekum monitors the receiver and notices frequency signals. He tells everyone to stay silent and listens carefully. Then he hears the sound of a car horn. Realizing Jung-soo is alive, Daekum immediately orders the blasting to stop. The nearby tunnel work is halted. Another 10 days pass. After 35 long days, the rescue team finally saves Lee Jung-soo and the dog that was with him. Jung-soo, who fought death for 35 days, is in terrible condition and must be taken to the hospital. Reporters surround them, and his wife runs to him, apologizing, yet overjoyed to see him alive. Even after everything, government officials try to delay his hospital transfer, saying the ministers will come first to take photos with him. Jung-soo whispers something into Daekum's ear. Reporters ask what he said, the very first words after being rescued. Daekum shouts, "He said you're all a bunch of idiots. Get out of here." The minister freezes, unable to approach Jung-soo for photos. Finally, Jung-soo is taken to the hospital. The government takes all the credit for the rescue, but Daekum doesn't care. People like him perform their duty selflessly. In the end, we see Jung-soo leaving for home with his wife. He carries a cake he promised his daughter over the phone. They are both happy now, but when Jung-soo sees another tunnel ahead, he panics. His wife holds his hand tightly, giving him courage. Together they pass through the tunnel and come out the other side. Today marks the beginning of a new life for them, and with that, the story ends. So friends, this was today's story. Let me know how you liked it. Stay well. Allah Hafiz.